So here is the example that we need to solve. So we need to check whether the given string is a palindrome or not. Palindrome strings are the ones which can be reversed and it still remains the same string. Now when we say little or Malayalam or madam, so even if it is reversed, you can see that that will remain the same. Now how to check this one? It is very simple. So you need to check the first character with the length minus 1 character and second character with length minus 2 and so on. So if they matches, then you can say that this is palindrome, otherwise not. So give it a try and see if you can solve this problem and check out the solution now. Going to create a new file. I'll name it string ex3.c. So first we need to read a string, let's say character s of some 20, enter some text, percentage yes, comma yes. So now we read the character. So we want to check if the given string is a palindrome or not, and for that first we need to find out the length of this string. So for this what I will do is I'll declare a variable I length and we'll come back with other variables what are needed. So first you need to find out the length of this string. So in order to find out the length of this string, what I can do is length equal to 0, I equal to 0. We'll start with I 0 while s of I is not equal to slash 0, I plus plus, and then also length plus plus. Finally, at the end of this loop, if you look at it, you will see the length inside the variable length. Or I can also do it in this way. I will say write a function length and I will pass the array to this, string to this. I will say int length of character s of, and then here I will actually do the same thing, length equal to 0. In order to not to confuse you, I will also make I equal to 0 while s of I not equal to slash 0, I plus plus and length plus plus. Finally you return length. This also works, and you don't actually need this. You can actually, what you say is s of I is not equal to slash 0. Till that you just increment I and finally return I itself. So that also holds good. Even this works. Or you can say s of I plus plus not equal to slash 0. You don't even need this block. You can say semicolon because you just need at least one statement within while, and that single statement is the semicolon itself, and I is incremented later. So the current value of I is 0. So s of 0 is not equal to slash 0. Now what if s of 0 is slash 0? So you will be returning the length is 1 because I will be incremented later on. Now instead of this, what I can do is I will start with minus 1 and I will increment I before. Now I made it 0, then s of 0 is not equal to slash 0, then s, that is true, s of 0 is not equal to slash 0. So then it comes inside, then I becomes 1 and s of 1 is not equal to slash 0. Like that it goes till slash 0 and it returns the actual length. This also works. Or instead of writing all these things on your own, don't try to reinvent the wheel. Just check if you already have a function present. There is a function called strlen which returns you the length of the string. So don't worry about all those things. Now we know that what is the length of the string. We just need to check whether this particular string is a palindrome or not. Now I'll say that palen equal to 1. Yes, I will feel that it is a palindrome, and I will prove if it is not a palindrome, I will prove that it is not palindrome. So let us begin with I equal to 0 while I is less than length by 2. You just need to go till the half of the string, because rest of the halves you will be automatically verifying whether this is palindrome or not. One point index starts from here to here, and second index anyway it comes from here to here. Now let us go till length by 2, and then if s of I is not equal to s of length minus I, minus 1 minus I. So then what happens? Just check this case here. S of I is 0. Yes. S of 0 is not equal to S of length minus 1. Length is here 9. So the actual string length is 9. 9 minus 1 is 8. Length minus 1 minus I, that is length minus 1, 8 minus 0. So 0 is compared with 8. Now if it is not equal to, that means it is not palindrome. So I can say palen equal to 0. I thought it is palindrome, but now that I know it is not palindrome, I made it 0 and I can break. I don't need to proceed forward. Now just check this case. I equal to 0. I is less than length by 2. Length is 9. 9 by 2 is 4. I is less than 4. Now S of 0 is compared with S of 9 minus 1 is 8. 8 minus 0, that is 8. S of 0 is compared with S of 8. Is it equal? Yes. So I plus plus I becomes 1. Then 1 less than length by 2, that is 4. 1 less than 4 is true. Then come inside, S of 1 is compared with S of 8 minus 1. So that is 7. So S of 1 is compared with S of 7. If it is not equal to, then it is not palindrome. Yes, it is equal. So this if condition doesn't run, then I plus plus I becomes 2. 2 compared with 6. 3 compared with 5. Then I becomes 4, and 4 less than 4 is false. And since all the characters matched, the variable palin will be having 1 itself. So after the end of the loop, if palin equal to 1, that means it is given string is palindrome. Else given string is not palindrome. So that is the logic. Now this can entirely shifted into a function. What I will do this here is I will write a function called isPalin, and I will take the given string and I will return 1 if it is a palindrome, otherwise 0. So what I will do, I will declare two variables I and palin, which is equal to 1. Now I will return palin. So palin contains 1, then 1 is returned. Palin contains 0, then 0 is returned. Now if you look at this function, we are doing the same thing. We are making a call to isPalin. So I will say isPalin of S. If it is equal to 1, I don't need I, and I think we need length here. So I will move this inside the length function. I don't need all these variables here. Now check out this one. I'm checking if it is palin. Is-palin of S. If this function returns 1, then I'm saying it is palindrome, otherwise it is not. Now inside the function, I'm taking a variable called palin. I'm indicating that this is palindrome. Then if I found that there is some character which is not matching, then I'm saying it is not palindrome and I'm breaking the loop. Finally, at the end of the loop, whatever remains in the variable palin, I'm returning it. So it will be 1 if it is a palindrome, it will be 0 if it is not a palindrome. So you don't even need to do this. I can remove this. I can say return 0. Return 0 automatically takes you out of this function. So it is a break kind of statement, but it is beyond that break. This actually returns from function itself. Now if the control comes out, that means that is a palindrome. I can say it is 1. Now if you are confused with zeros and ones, it would be a better practice to actually declare a constant palindrome or true equal to 1, false equal to 0. Let's declare these two variables, true and false, and return false because it is not palindrome. Return true, it is palindrome. Now during the verification, don't compare with 1. You can say if is palin equal to true, then you can say it is palindrome, otherwise not. Now we replaced these ones and zeros and we made it slightly more readable. So we are returning true if it is palindrome, we are returning false if it is not, and here we are comparing with true. We don't even, in C language particularly, we don't even need to do this. I can even remove this equality condition. Now let us see if that works. Now let's say, madam, given string is palindrome. Let's say some text, given string is not palindrome.